Hello, this is the 2016 Kia Sorrento. This movie is going to be a little different than what most people are expecting. This is a movie about the complaints that I have with this vehicle. I bought it early 2015 and now it is March of 2018. And I've had quite a few problems with this vehicle. I know they say that it's such a good vehicle and all, but my experience, it hasn't been. And I'll just quickly go through the problems I had. Right from the beginning, day 2 to be exact, I was accelerating up a hill and the check engine light came on and I lost about half the power, and at a traffic light the vehicle shook. I took it to a dealer close by in the area. They said to come back in a few days, and then I ended up having to drive back to where I purchased the vehicle. They looked at it right away, and they've been looking at it for a number of months. They checked sensors, they did all kinds of different tests and that on it, but they couldn't find a problem. By that time I figured out that as long as I didn't accelerate too abruptly, the car worked fine. And then when I did accelerate too much, all I had to do was turn the vehicle off, turn it back on again, it reset, and it was good to go. So this has been going along for a number of months. Eventually I decided, well, I got to do something about it, and then I took it in to the Kia dealer. They gave me a rental car. A couple of days later they said they figured out the problem. I picked it up, I drove to a main street, I accelerated quickly, and you got it, the check engine light came back on again, and it was the same as it was before. I took it back to the dealership. They kept it there, they gave me a car rental again, and eventually they figured out that the problem was there was grit in the transmission. So they had to take the transmission apart, clean it out, and after that I had no problems with it. Next problem I had, the speakers would periodically go on and off. Yeah, kind of a pain in the neck when you're talking to somebody on the phone and then you can't hear them anymore. So I took it in, they said you need a new radio. They put a new radio in, still didn't work. They said okay, new amplifier. I got a new amp, they put in a new amplifier and still didn't work, so they had to give me a car rental again until they could figure out that it was some wires, the grounding wasn't very good, or the wires weren't, the connections were not very good. I also had the problem that the trunk door didn't open. I took it in, they fixed it. A couple days later it didn't work again, so I had to bring it back in again, and then now it works. Also needed a new car battery. I kind of think for what, 2.5 years old, I shouldn't need a car battery, but I need a new car battery. $600, almost $600 it cost. That's a lot of money for a battery. What else problem did I have? Oh yeah, and then for me the icing on the cake was last time I took the car in, they kept it for a few days, and then when I came home with it, they had a radiator. Well, they actually corrected me. They said it's an AC condenser, a used one laying in my trunk. They had no clue how it got there. All I know is that somebody must have used my vehicle to deliver old parts or pick up parts or whatever, which I am not at all pleased with. That for me is no more Kia. And if you're watching this, that means I got rid of this vehicle and I have my eyes set on a Toyota Highlander. I used to have Toyotas years back and they were reliable. I never took the cars that we had in the past that were Toyota, I never took it in so many times for repairs as I had to with this car. So I kind of gave up on Kia now. I will have to say that I did enjoy this vehicle when it did work properly. It's nice riding and a lot of bells and whistles in there. This was the top of the line model, but when you have too many problems with it, you can't tolerate that anymore.